hopefully soon. Okay, we should be getting. We're live.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
So
true.
what? Welcome.
So
to,
we're gonna no. We're
well,
gonna,
we're gonna say welcome to.
Well, we're gonna see what. Let's be able to see the comments this
Well,
time.
right, we're gonna go that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. We
But-
don't do that very well.
We're working on it.
I understand.
It's a new process.
What's that?
It's a new process.
Okay.
She's
So,
our executive
okay.
producer's checking.
All right. That's perfect. All right. Very good. So,
So,
talk
but-
away.
Well, what we're gonna do is we're apparently I can't dress myself. It's very sad.
Some days.
But what we're going to do is we're going to spend a couple minutes while just kind of chatting amongst ourselves. It's almost 7:00, or it says 7, but we're going to let people gather for a minute or so.
Yep. Make sure that everything's going live. If you're out there in Facebook land or on YouTube or Odyssey or any of the other places, just give us a shout. Let us know that you see us so that we know that you see us.
This is not tonight's cocktail, but it is a cocktail.
What's that?
I am not seeing it on the TSL.
Okay.
All right.
But I'm looking.
Well, hang on.
We don't want to remove it.
No, it says it was created on. That's YouTube. That's the wrong one. TSL cocktail of the month.
There it should be.
You see it now?
Oh no, it still says YouTube.
No, we have YouTube. We also have this one and this one.
Yes, but that's me. Oh, that is it. It should be there now, Aaron.
I'm looking.
We have cocktail of the month here. We have cocktail of the month there.
And we should have cocktail of the
We
month
should.
there.
Oh, the one that's not on is me.
I see you.
Okay.
Didn't I?
Yay.
Yay. Are we back?
I think we're back.
I really hope everybody's like seeing us now.
I think they are.
Okay.
So we are still kind of figuring out what all we can do with our StreamYard service, which is what we've been using. Good evening. Thank you for joining us, and welcome
We're really
to
hoping
our
that at some point they're going to go like, here's a free
Cocktail of
subscription
the
or a
month.
discount, but so far
Anyway,
none of that.
No, because we haven't been using it very long. Hence the whole still trying to figure it out.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Anyway. Uh-oh.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
Our executive producer's trying to get her parents involved.
No, I'm just trying to get them to watch it.
Okay. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So, welcome to May's TSL Homestead Cocktail of the Month. We're glad you joined us. If you're watching this on a replay, we're really super thankful that you find it in your heart to spend some time with us. We enjoy doing it, so we hope you enjoy watching it. So,
and we are working on trying to be able to make sure that we see the comments. We don't do a great job of it. Our executive producer, she is also going to be trying to keep an eye on that. So if you have any comments, please be sure to be sharing them with us so that hopefully we can see them or she can draw our attention to them, because we really want to hear from you. You are the reason that we're here. Thank you.
well, at least 3/4 of the reason.
So
Some of us just like like to try new drinks on camera. Okay, that's the reason I'm here. I don't know about. I cannot speak to Miss Mercy's particular motivations, but I just like to try new drinks on camera. One of my favorite YouTube channels is like Irish people drinking.
okay,
It's absolutely hilarious.
good to know.
Yeah. So,
What you got on your hat there?
this is from. We took a trip a number of years ago out to Seattle to visit my wife's family, and this is from the Space Needle, which was a very cool place to be. We actually, if you're not aware, the Space Needle actually has a restaurant at the top that rotates. It takes 1 hour to rotate through the city. And so if you get a table there, you can actually, while you're having lunch or supper or whatever they allow you to have, you basically take a tour of Seattle. It's very cool.
Got to see my mom's alma mater on the roundabout.
And at one point we got to like watch seaplanes come in and take off and land from the bay.
Very
It
cool.
was, it seemed like it was a lot of money at the time, but at the same time, compared to what we've been paying lately for just a dinner out anywhere local, it really wasn't that bad. The food was fantastic. I had the fish and chips, and they put like a really interesting twist on it. What is your hat?
My hat is the Seattle Seahawks.
Huh? Is this a team you like?
It is a team I like.
Huh?
Hmm.
Okay. I don't want anybody out there in digital land to assume that because I'm wearing a Space Needle hat that that's a team I prefer as Seahawks. So we're going to go probably with, let's see, Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh no.
If that was not to your liking, our executive producer has provided me with multiple options.
Regardless, what you're seeing is that we are a house divided.
But this is probably my favorite because it's like one of the fanciest. It's got some like logos on the side and everything. I actually wear this to work, and people like, they don't know what to do about that.
So the only time that I don't root for the Chiefs is when they're playing the Seahawks.
And I have come to admire certain traits of the Seahawks if they're not playing the Chiefs.
All
So
right.
so we're only divided on like one weekend a month per year.
If it happens.
If it happens.
Because they don't always play each other.
Yeah, but at the same time, Seahawks used to be really fantastic. This year they struggled a little bit, but Chiefs didn't make
You
it
worry
back to
about
Super Bowl.
yourself.
Chiefs didn't make it back to Super Bowl, so we both had struggles. All right.
So thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Oh, your mom loves the hat.
Yay! We are
not flat billers.
we
Those
are
are a
not.
horrible hat. No, these are, yeah.
We're also introducing something else tonight that we are. Now, you may remember if you are following along in March, we did a mocktail because it was Lent. We actually decided to make the mocktail portion a regular part of the show tonight and I'm going forward because we recognize that not everybody always likes an alcoholic beverage. And sometimes it's just nice to have something that's refreshing without the alcohol in it, even if you do like a beverage. So tonight we're going to be introducing
sometimes you might be going out later and you want something before you go out to dinner or a show and don't want to get caught. Yeah.
So
driving.
We are going to be introducing a mocktail tonight that is kind of a companion drink to what we are making as our regular cocktail of the month. Going forward, we're going to try as best as we can to have something that matches what our alcoholic beverage is going to be. But if not, we'll have a different mocktail to go with it. So I'm really excited about that addition. I hope you all, as the viewers, find that helpful as well. And let us get started with our May cocktail.
And I was recently at a workshop where I met some people who are really into mocktails. And so we're hoping that I'm going to reach out to them and see if maybe we can get them to share a video cast with us.
Yay.
Because that'd be fun. So,
No.
Kenny, if you're listening, I'll be calling you.
So this month, our May drink of the month is coming out of our Drinking with the Saints book. As we've been going through the year, we've kind of been trying to go between the books and kind of look at them. The next couple of months, I think, are going to be from A Drinkable Feast, but this one is from the Drinking with the Saints, and it is in honor of Saint Damien de Veuster. He is Saint Damien of Molokai. He was a saint he was a priest who went to the island of Molokai in Hawaii to work in a leper colony, and he was canonized in 2009.
In case you're not familiar with leprosy, it's basically a disease that's progressive where lots of yourself just falls off, and it's not very pleasant to be around. In the Bible, very bad. They were basically forced to be outside of the mainstream, and they didn't really understand what caused leprosy. And so a lot of people feared them because basically they thought if you got anywhere near a leper, you're going to die.
So moving on. Thanks for that, Mad Farmer.
It's a leprosy thing.
That's true.
I don't have it.
Good to know. So
he was happy about it.
He was canonized on October 11, 2009. But in 1863,
he went. Seems appropriate, though, that, if you had leprosy, you would need to know what your zombie action plan was because zombies had parts that fall off.
You might want to know what your zombie action plan is, even if you don't have leprosy.
Yeah.
That's a nice shirt.
Our producer comes up with lots of stuff.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Her love language is giving.
It's true. So he was alive from 1840 to 1889, and he went to the Hawaiian Islands in 1863 and was ordained in 1864. He volunteered to go to the island where the lepers were, and he improved their food and water supplies. He also created some housing and founded 2 orphanages while he was there. Unfortunately, he also contracted leprosy and refused to leave the island to receive treatment for it. And so ultimately he ended up dying there. And he wanted to be buried there. He was for a while, and then they moved him to someplace else. But he was born in Austria. And so we are going to look at a drink that is for him. If you're interested in learning more about him, my book here says that there's a book called A Life of Magnificent Courage, Devotion, and Sacrifice that talks about his life working among the lepers.
And once you become a saint in the Catholic Church, don't they kind of like divvy up your parts and send them to different churches?
Well, one of his hands was sent back to the island.
Yeah. I think so. I don't, hopefully you're gone and don't care, but
Yep.
it seems like an odd practice to me to like kind of split you up and send you around the world.
Well,
But check on Amazon Prime. You might be able to get parts of him.
maybe something's out there.
Okay.
All right.
So moving on.
So this is, again, a little bit of a foray into the gin world, which the Mad Farmer and Miss Mercy aren't big gin drinkers, but we're going to go ahead and give it a try tonight. So our alcoholic version of this drink is going to call for 1 ounce of gin, 3/4 ounce of pineapple juice, 1/4 ounce of grenadine, 1/4 ounce of lemon juice, and a splash of soda. You should be able to see that on your screen right there. So hopefully you're watching that. We're going to go ahead. We've got our shaker, and we are going to add our lemon juice.
Oh, so you're going for lemon juice.
I am. We're going to add our, I gave you the pineapple juice. We're going to add our 3/4 of an ounce of pineapple juice.
It should be the bigger one, I think.
The smaller one.
Okay. Mad Farmer's wrong again. There's no point in marking that down on your calendar because it happens. If I ever am right, mark that down.
And so because we've got this big, huge bottle of Hendrick's gin that we're trying to work our way through. So that's what we're using tonight. And it's going to call for 1 ounce of gin.
And just though, for those of you who have been following along or maybe haven't been, Hendrick's is apparently the gin for the people who don't really like gin, and is what we've been told. So it's been okay. It still tastes like gin.
It still smells like junipers. So then we've got our 1/4 ounce of grenadine. This is a grenadine. We try to stay away from the high fructose corn syrup. This Bar Smith, it does not have high fructose corn syrup in it. It's just got cane sugar, water, flavors, citric acid.
No, your mom thinks it's baseball season. So
it is baseball season, but I don't have a Mariners hat.
And I don't like baseball at all since I lost. I bet on the Royals once to actually lose the World Series, and they won. And it cost me a lot of money, so I quit watching baseball.
So we're going to put this, after I shake it up, we're going to put it in a cocktail glass, and we're going to top it off with some club soda. So I am going to give this 40 shakes.
I'm going to give the mocktail 40 shakes, but I'm going to do it on camera.
7, 8, 9. There we go. All right. The nice thing about the shaker is that when you do that, you can tell how cool it's getting. I love that it gets a little condensation.
It gets like
on
frosty
the
on
outside.
the outside. It's really
does.
It actually turns out that one of the best things we've done, and again, to help our executive producer up our game, we started with a very basic bar set. I think we paid like $9.95 on Amazon, and it's not hard to acquire the tools that actually allow you to make really good cocktails. Basically, the very minimum you need is a couple of jiggers of varying sizes. You need the shaker, and it's nice to have a bar spoon, which allows you to, and a muddler if you're inclined for. Wow, that looks pretty nice.
That does look very nice. So I put in probably about 1/2 ounce of that soda to top it off. As you can see, it really does fill up our cocktail glass nicely. We have not tasted it, so we're going to give it a try. We did taste the mocktail just because we didn't want to recommend something that people might not care for.
So you're having me taste it first?
I am.
Okay. You should try that.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's promising.
That would be what I would call the best based drink I've
So
ever had.
far, it is the best. Wow.
I would actually drink that again.
I would too. I'm
On
going to have
purpose.
another sip now.
That actually is. You want to try it? No, the producer's like, not a chance.
Do we have any comments so we can check and see?
Your mom said about baseball season, but
Well,
go click up there.
All right.
No, we're still at baseball season.
All right. Very good. So that is very
That
surprising.
is really tasty. But
It
You want me
is.
to pour a little in a glass for you?
Probably we should have another shaker, but I think we're going to pass. Okay. So if you were making this as a mocktail drink, you absolutely would want to use another shaker
Well,
that
do you want me to
didn't have
get? I
any.
can get a clean one right behind us, but I mean,
That's
it's like,
true. I mean, it's up to you.
it won't take that long.
All right.
All right.
So, so he is going
We
to
might
make the mocktail version of this drink. It's surprisingly light. A couple of things.
Pretty refreshing. It's way better than a mint julep.
Oh, so actually, this time last year we were reviewing the mint julep because we decided to do it for the Kentucky Derby, and it was so bad. I was just like so disappointed at how terrible it tasted.
Like if our horse had lost, we'd have to shoot it right there.
It was. If any of you have had mint juleps, feel free to shout out your opinion because we found it to be just horrible.
Okay, so we're going to kick over to our mocktail.
Yep.
Which at this point, our take on the St. Damien. Okay, so we have 1 ounce of pineapple juice. We have a 1/4 ounce of lemon juice.
That's for your grenadine.
Okay, there it is. 1/4 ounce grenadine. Now these are estimated measures because I don't actually have a 1/4 ounce, but they're basically half of a half ounce, so this should be a 1/4.
Okay.
And then basically we're going to.
You got your lemon juice?
I got my lemon juice in there. I got pineapple juice.
Mhm.
What I haven't added is club soda, but we're going to shake it.
Okay.
If I can get the top on.
All right.
It was on before I. Okay, this is bizarre. I swear it worked in rehearsal. Is that the right top? Yeah,
It's got to be.
Weird.
Here's a.
This is what we would call a technical difficulty. Did you get it?
I did.
Okay, cool.
I mean, yeah, we're gonna
All
call
right,
it.
we're going to find out whether.
Woo!
Nope, it didn't. Okay, that did not work out. I don't know what's going on here, but that was not in the plan. But I'm sure you're all amused
We're
at this
just
point.
gonna pour it
You know
off.
what?
You
Put it in here.
just put it in there.
Okay, we're gonna find a towel. That was funny though.
It was.
It normally fits all the time. All right.
That's enough. That was
I
funny.
kind of like doing that.
That was funny.
Yeah, it was, but it's like our producer's freaking out, but it'll be all right.
Oh, wow.
All right. So,
No, and here's some soda water.
oh well, we're gonna
That's on
top it
top,
off.
yeah.
As you can see, without the ounce of gin, it's like a little less.
Mm-hmm. That was really funny.
It's always funnier when it happens to me.
It is funnier. You're gonna measure out an ounce of.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, I'm gonna measure.
Yep.
Wow, that's a bold concept.
There you go.
Okay.
Now you'll see, because here is our original St. Damien, that the mocktail looks very similar to it.
Colors are close.
The colors are very close.
Do you want to try first? No. Producer says
Go
no.
ahead.
In the interest of full disclosure, we did play with this one yesterday because we had such a disaster with the Manhattan mocktails that we
Yeah.
did not want to basically recommend something that we thought was not good.
No.
This actually is pretty tasty. It's
It
very
is.
light. It's refreshing. It may be slightly sweeter.
Yeah, which is why we added that. If you want a more subtle pineapple flavor, go ahead and use 3/4 of an ounce instead of that full ounce.
We did try it with like more grenadine and more lemon juice, and that was not. It became way too tart.
Yep.
If you put in like a 1/2 ounce of lemon juice instead of a 1/4,
Mhm.
it's way too tart. If you put in a 1/2 ounce of grenadine, it's too sweet, and basically the grenadine overpowers everything that's in it.
If you were looking for something like what is a similar flavor to it, it kind of almost tastes like one of those punches that you would get that has kind of like the pineapple juice and
Like a
maybe the
lemonade.
sherbet. maybe a sherbet and a 7-Up or something because of the soda
but
water.
it's pretty light. It's refreshing.
Mhm.
It is definitely something you could serve of a summer
Mhm.
or
Absolutely.
late fall, and it does taste close enough to the alcohol drink that
Mhm.
you're not. It's not like you're drinking iced tea or soda.
Yeah.
It's actually got some.
And everything looks prettier in a fancy cocktail glass.
So cool.
So, do we have any questions about any of what we've talked about tonight? Because if not, I think that probably wraps up mostly what we have to talk about as far as the St. Damien. I think that the interesting thing about him is that he was genuinely doing something that I think was probably a very charitable work. And so that is always interesting.
And very selfless, because leprosy was terrifying because they didn't realize it was caused by bacterium.
Yeah.
And so as far as they were concerned, it was like the devil or a demon or something possessed these people and caused this horrible disease. And leprosy is pretty much, at least in industrial or first world countries now, pretty much a non-issue.
If you are more interested in beer, one of the things that they recommend, because he was from Flanders in Belgium, and the oldest abbey in Flanders was founded in 1074 by 6 knights who renounced their violent pasts.
And
And
the
the abbey,
K-N-I-G-H-E, not N-I-G-H-E.
yes,
Okay.
and the abbey still makes several tasty and widely available beers. So if you're more interested in a beer option, you can certainly look into that. And if you would like to know any more about Father Damien, you can check out that book, Damien the Leper, A Life of Magnificent Courage, Devotion, and Sacrifice. And there you have it. Oh, I would like to say about my shirt that I do dig plants.
She does.
As a master gardener, it's kind of part of the deal.
I've seen her. So we have a drink responsibly tag on it.
We do. So as we would always tell you, please drink responsibly and get into the spirit of things. Thank you. Have a good evening. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next month. Bye-bye.